How's it going, everybody? We're continuing the basic series, and today it's about Guardbreak vulnerability, meaning the times in which you cannot counter an opponent's Guardbreak attempt. This ties into the previously explained recovery values. Guardbreak vulnerability can result because of recoveries, but let's cover the very basics first. When in neutral, you have a 300 ms window to counter after a Guardbreak connected with you. When in any form of recovery, there are two options. Either the opposing Guardbreak bounces off, or you are unable to counter it. An example for a bouncing Guardbreak is when you are in block stun, you block an attack from one opponent and a second tries to grab you. But the important scenarios are when a Guardbreak actually connects, yet you cannot counter. Roles actually have all three of these properties. They are vulnerable at startup, they bounce in the middle, and do connect at the end, but you can counter that one. But let's look at the actual vulnerability, as that's the important one. The simplest example is while dodging. If you are caught in a dodge, that Guardbreak is guaranteed. Side dodges have a 633 millisecond vulnerability, while back dodges have an 800 ms window. Forward dodges vary for each character. Some also have recovery counters like ward and shoulder bash, or dodge attacks in general, which can make a GB bounce as it cuts down the vulnerability. But the other very common scenario are attacks. Every single neutral heavy has a 433 millisecond vulnerability window. This is so you can Guardbreak parry attempts. If you bounce off of a heavy attack, this means your opponent has not parried on heavy timing, but earlier. This is also the reason why the vulnerability got shifted to 433 from 400 to make this more consistent. This very concept of heavy feint to Guardbreak to counter parry attempts is actually not explained in the in-game trials. Lights, as well as all combo attacks, have only 100 millisecond GB vulnerability on startup. The same goes for all zone attacks, with the exception of Raider, Nusha and Aramusha. Another example of a vulnerable state is if one of your attacks gets superior blocked. Especially in outnumbered situations, this can lead to you being punished heavily for it. If you watched the first episode of the basic series, then you already know about recoveries, and GB vulnerability is definitely part of said recoveries. But as you've seen, many more moves can be guard broken. People tend to throw them out randomly, bouncing off and getting punished for it. I hope this one, in conjunction with the first episode, helps you understand better when you can go for GBs and how to time them better. Let me know if there are still any questions. I hope the video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Laters, everybody.